Welcome to a new test and teardown video. This time it's a Keithley 175 Autoranging Multimeter from about 1999, and it's LCD and 4.5 digits, and of course you can do anything manual, and then you can go into auto. And this one is 10 amps as well as all the milliamps up there. And there is something I really don't understand, but what is this? Data logger, some store and recall. So will it store the maximum, minimum, average, whatever? Because there is no connectivity. I mean, see? No connectors nowhere. And power supply goes in here at the bottom. Really weird. So this is a voltage range selector, but there's no connectivity. So what is all this locking stuff? It's just minimum, maximum, and 100 point. So you can press and hold to select the rate. Interesting readings, sample, la 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 la. And then to recall data, then you... I don't understand what is the point really. But that is what it can do. That is the weirdest. But okay, it can store some stuff. This is the condensed operating instructions. So there you have it, in case you need this kind of stuff. Ooh, 20 amps for 15 seconds. Oh, so it's unfused, the 10 amps. And you can overload it that much. So when you unscrew the 4 screws at the bottom, there is it's a little bit weird to figure out what happens, because everything was kind of stuck to the top. So I had the idea to open it at the bottom, but that is not how it's supposed to be done. And those little plastic things here, they fall out, and this piece of metal here also falls out. Everything is completely loose inside, and it's just held in place with those 4 screws through the bottom. And this is a very classic way, by the way. Many multimeters use these little plastic thingies, and it's it's just how it's done. And here's this little shield aluminium piece. And of course it is connected to the ground using a little metal clip, and it looks like this one is broken. This is probably the half of it. And yeah, it's those cathode resistors we got right there. And that will probably be some relays that's selecting some stuff, and the rest is done in software, selecting the different ranges. We got quite a lot of high precision cathode resistors. And yeah, here it is. That one is the RMS converter for AC. And a little EEPROM to handle the software. And that will be 6805. Yeah, there's more or less all there is in this. Just a standard. I was hoping to be able to find the voltage reference real fast, but I will have to go a little bit deeper. I think I found the voltage reference right there connected to the voltage dividers and all that kind of stuff. And there's also another one right there, this LM337 and a Zener diode right there where it's written battery. Weird. I let it stabilize a couple of hours actually, and this is very close to the 20,000 counts. This unit can deliver a maximum, and I don't know. This is what we got. Only one count difference. So I mean, it's really, really impressive how accurate it is. Oh, see, there you go. And in the 2 volt range, we are now, 2 counts from full. And here we go. So, it is definitely still within specifications. I always think it's a lot of fun to see how well they perform measuring very big and very small resistors. So this is a 100 mega ohm resistor, and it's quite stable and accurate. So here is a 1 ohm resistor, and we got 10 milliohm resolution. And let's see if we can demonstrate the thermal effect of one of the connections here. I don't know if we can see that. So if I touch the black one and warm it up a little bit, see, the number goes down. And if I wait a little bit, let's try and warm the red one and see what happens. Then the value goes up. So it is actually also visible on this meter here. Of course, if you have some more digits, this is much more visible, but it is a thing even with this meter. It's been running more or less the entire evening here. I'm still playing around with it. It's actually quite a nice unit, but what I want to show is the different temperatures in this unit. You can probably see how warm that is. 80 Celsius in this area here, and I think, yes, that is the little rectifier down here in this area here. Look how nice and warm that is. And the regulator here is 58. Let's see if we can put on the macro and even get a better picture of that. Yeah, so it's 57 in that area here. We've got some more warm resistors down there, and that will be the rectifier bridge. Ooh, behind that, let me get this, let me try and rotate it. Oh, look at the track behind that capacitor. It is burning warm behind the capacitor. And why? Oh, that is that track. So this track you see there from this diode is running this warm. Oy, oy, oy. So this just looks like a Zener diode, and this is the voltage drop creating a lot of heat around the big capacitor. That is not good for lifetime The transformer is only 35, so this is not running warm at all. Oh yeah, by the way, did I talk early in the video about the voltage reference? It is that Zener diode there, this nice beautiful orange one you see here. There's a little bit of current going through this one, and this is the opamp that's creating the constant current. There is a special coupling here where the voltage from that Zener is used to create the current in a really intelligent way. So that is why it is running at exactly the right current, and everything is really nice and optimal here. And if you try and warm this up a little bit, you can of course see a little bit of change on the readout on the last digit, but it is very impressive what they have done here. I don't think there's a lot more to say about this unit in general. We have seen all the details here before. It's doing exactly what 99% of all these instruments they're doing anyway, so I don't want to make this video a lot longer anyway. I just want to show this fantastic little Keithley from 1983 or something like that. I think it was written here on the schematic on the circuit board somewhere. It's right there. Yes, see? 1983. Yes, it is. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon again. Bye bye.